All right, most businesses don't have a content problem. They have a consistency problem. If you're sick of hearing this, I understand. I'm almost sick of seeing it. And the solution they've been sold for years, wait for it, content calendars. Content calendars. The problem is most content calendars don't actually work. Not because they're poorly designed and not because the strategy is wrong, but because they depend on something that almost every business eventually runs out of: time. Today we're going to talk about why content calendars fail, why so many businesses abandon them, and what the most successful brands are doing instead. Welcome back to The Content Machine by Follow Up Media. This is our podcast. We are a full-service creative-led agency and production company. We handle marketing initiatives across the board for our clients, whether it be production, post-production, distribution. That is what we do, and follow up and follow through is our core offering. I'm about to say something most marketing agencies would never admit. Content calendars don't create consistency. People do. A content calendar is just a document. It's a plan. It's a schedule. It might be a spreadsheet, but spreadsheets don't post content. People do. The problem is that business owners look at a completed content calendar and they feel productive. It feels like progress, but progress doesn't happen when the content calendar is built. Progress happens when the content gets recorded, edited, published, distributed, and then repeated. The calendar is not the system. The calendar is just the map, and a map doesn't move the car. Make sense? Have you ever noticed content calendars look incredible on day 1, but then abandoned by day 30? I've seen this hundreds of times. The team gets excited. They're in a meeting. Everybody's contributing ideas. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Everything's mapped out for the first 2 weeks. It might work. And then reality shows up. Guess what? Clients need attention. Sales meetings appear. Projects are getting delayed. Staff is overwhelmed. Now suddenly the calendar starts slipping. 1 missed post becomes 3. 3 becomes 10. And then nobody even opens the document anymore. The problem wasn't the plan. The problem was the plan didn't survive real life. The busier your business becomes, the more likely your content calendar is going to fail. And that's actually backwards. The businesses that need content the most are usually the busiest businesses. But when growth happens, content becomes the first thing sacrificed. Because content feels optional. Sales don't, operations don't, client work doesn't. And then 6 months later, everyone wonders why growth has slowed. The irony is that content should become more structured as your company grows, not less. If your content depends on motivation, it's already dead. Motivation is emotional. Systems, on the other hand, are operational. Some days you feel inspired, some days you won't. Some weeks you'll have energy, some weeks you won't. The brands winning right now are not winning because they're motivated. They're winning because they built systems that function even when motivation disappears. I'll tell you this firsthand, motivation always disappears, but systems do not. The most successful brands in the world don't create content, they are manufacturing it. Think about HubSpot. Think about Dave Ramsey. Think about Morning Brew. How about Gary Vee? Do you think they wake up every morning asking, what should we post today? Hell no, they don't. They have workflows, processes, production schedules, approval systems, distribution systems. Content is not an event, it's an operation. And operations scale. The question that's killing your content is, what should we post today? That question creates decision fatigue. Every day you're restarting the process. Every day you're going to be reinventing, and every day you are wasting mental energy. Winning brands don't ask that question. They already know. Monday market update, Wednesday education, Friday case study, or whatever cadence fits the business. The decision was made weeks ago. Now all they do is execute. It's that simple. What if your content never needed new ideas again? That's actually what systems do. Systems replace inspiration with frameworks. For a real estate company, Monday equals market update. Wednesday might equal buyer education. And Friday, seller education. Forever. For financial advisors, it could look a little different. Monday, you give some market insight. Wednesday, maybe some retirement planning. Friday, you go in for wealth protection. Frameworks don't run out. Ideas do. If your content calendar keeps failing, stop blaming the calendar and start looking at the system. Because content calendars organize content, but systems are going to create consistency. And consistency is what builds authority. Thank you again for joining Follow Up Media's podcast series, The Content Machine. I'm Khristian Lee, the CEO. Check us out, hit subscribe, hit notify so you don't miss any of our content. If you have a comment or you have a question, you can leave it in the episode description, or you can get all of our information to reach out in our episode description below, whether that be on RSS feed, via Apple or Spotify, or if you're watching this on YouTube. We appreciate you taking your time and pointing your attention for just a little bit towards us. Have a good week.